So there are quite a few evidence options. So options for collecting evidence for students. So you see a little paper clip here. So I need a bath. I tap that. And you can see camera, video, audio, photos, cloud links, and paste. So let's take a look at camera. If I want to take a picture of, some writing they did, or some worksheet, or some kind of a paper test, then I just put on camera. You should have good lighting. I don't have good lighting here right now, but let's pretend this was a completed one. So this has the student's work, say it was some spelling assessment, and I just take it. You see use photo or retake at the bottom, so I'm just going to use this photo, and that would collect that evidence for that student. I can also do another attachment, another piece of evidence, using the camera or video or one of the other options. So let's pretend it's going to be a video. Let's say I'm going to video a student doing a presentation, or working on something. I could just do a video, and I'm just going to do the same sheet, but let's pretend the student was working or doing something, and I was, it's a little blurry right now. Let me just tap to get it clear. It's because the lighting's not good. But, so press record. And so it would record whatever the student's doing, and then I say stop, good. And I can use that video. So now if I swipe back, I've got the picture of their work, maybe them doing some work or presentation or something, and audio. Could be the student reading to me, could be a reading conference we're having, some kind of or writing conference, but I'm just going to go audio, start. Oh, and when you press these, the very first time it'll ask for permission to use your recorder, to access your pictures and those things. You have to say yes or this won't work. So I'm going to just say start and record our conversation, student conference or something, or they're reading, and I save, and that's the reading. And photos just access, say I took pictures just using the camera on the iPad, but not through the app. And so I save the photos somewhere, or even videos you can access through this. It's basically just going to your photos app on your device, and I'm going to choose this one. This is a completed one. And now to view any of these, you see when the menu changes whenever you have something in. Now instead of having camera and video and all that, it says remove, to remove whatever it is. View or play, so I can tap this to view it, or play it if it was a video. Slideshow allows you to it brings it up like so I can scroll through the whole class. It's good if you have a large piece of work that you want to mark. So you did all the photos. Sometimes I do students' artwork, so I might take all the pictures first, and then I mark them so I go here and I take a quick look at it. I turn view scores on, and then I can put the scores at the top here, ratings, so I could rate this to on your way or something like that, and go to the next person, or I can give a value or a score. I gave this option on and off because sometimes I use this, I'm collecting evidence as I'm moving around the classroom, and then I want students to share maybe something I've noticed, or just even share during our share time. So I'll bring this up on the screen, and I'll just go to a student, and they don't see their marks. So I leave the scores off, and then the student just talks about it, and then I might go to another student, hey, can you explain what you did here, so on. So I'm going to go back and go back in here. Save for exemplar. Let's pretend, I'm just going to go to, say this video. Say this video was they did a really good job on some presentation, and I want to save that for the future, so I can show my next year's class, oh, this is what a really good presentation would look like. Or let's say it's a poster or something, and I don't want to save the big posters in my cupboard, my closet. I don't want to store those things. I just want, so I can take a picture of it and save it. and then say, see this poster here, this is what I'm looking for. Or see this project, see this is what I'm looking for. So I can save it as an exemplar. I just save it as exemplar. It says, do you want to make a new exemplar record or add to an existing one? So you see this kind of in the background there, you see VCX. I just typed some junk in there. That's one exemplar right now. I'm going to create this as a new one. So I'm going to put new. It automatically puts the video in this first little tile there. And you see there's 6 tiles. So I can save up to 6 things under one exemplar. So it automatically put fractions and mathematics because that was the assessment. I can change that if I want. I can put more information in here if I want. But this will save that. I can put even here. This is like a, excellent. So maybe an excellent one. Maybe I'm going to show something that's not like an example of things that maybe not to do or whatever. So I could have that. And then when I'm all done, I just press submit. And then the last thing is really this copy paste. Let's pretend they were doing, let's say this video, I'm going to go to the video again. Let's say this video was a group presentation. Maybe there's 3 or 4 people in that group. I'm only videoing it once. So, but I wanted that video in each person's evidence section. So I'm going to copy this, close it out. And let's say Eileen was in the same group. I would just press paste and it puts it in. So I can copy and paste the same thing in multiple people's or students. Okay, so let's go to another part here. We've looked at down to photos. This next part is CloudLink. And you see this little, you tap this here, there's some choices, Box, Dropbox, Google Docs, and so on. I put the common ones in there, but you can, if you go to settings from the main menu, you can add your own. You need to, these open actually the apps on your iPad. So if you don't have, say, the Google Drive app, it doesn't work. You need to have these apps in order for it to run. So if I put on Google Drive and I put get link, it's going to open my Google Drive and it says, attention, you need to have the app installed and all that. And then it just says you have to copy the link and then come back. I'll show you what to do. So I press OK. This opened my, I'm going to go back because it was where I was last. So I'll do it one more time. Okay. When you open your Google Drive, in Google Drive there's Classroom, and I do a lot of stuff on Google Classroom. So when students work on Google Classroom, it creates a folder called Classroom in your Drive. So if I want to access a student's work, I go to the Classroom, and then I go to the classroom that I'm working on. So you'll see here, I'll go Van Tassel 2021. And then I'm just going to scroll down just to find something. Let's go Happy Beach. So I go to Happy Beach. There's a bunch of assessments. I go to the one I want. So this one. And make sure that link sharing is on. See the green little paper clip or link. It's supposed to be a link. And chain link. So I make sure that's on. It's green. Good. And I copy the link. Then up in the top corner, you'll see K2SIX Ninja with a little back arrow. I press that. That takes me back here. Press OK to this. It's going to insert the link into Gladys. And it puts a link in. And then I can, go to another student. And when I get linked this time, it'll go right to that same folder. So it's a little faster. I don't have to go to Classroom, Google Classroom, then the classroom. It just goes right to the exact same spot. I go to the next one, copy this one, go back, and insert it. Once it's in here, then you can view. So I can go to, guys, here I can, oops, I didn't want slideshow. I'm going to go back. I'm going to view, and it'll automatically open that document. I can edit the document by pressing the pencil at the bottom, just like you would in Google Classroom, and put the comments and stuff in there as well. And suggestions and things like that. So that's it basically for collecting evidence.